Hello Scorpio, I'm Poetic Heretic, and this is your June 2017 tarot forecast. Do remember you can use these videos for your sun, rising, and moon signs. So, get the cards nice and mixed up in that way. Let us begin. We would like a Celtic cross forecast for the sign of Scorpio for the month of June 2017. Let's see what we get. What does the universe have for Scorpio for June 2017? Well, I think that's it, you guys. The cards have spoken. Your outside influences, the Eight of Pentacles reversed, the challenge, the Five of Wands reversed, the underlying energy, the Six of Wands reversed, the past, the Three of Wands, what you hope to achieve, the Ten of Wands reversed, the near future, strength reversed, your attitude or position, the Ten of Swords, the outside force coming in, the Ace of Swords, hopes or fears, the Seven of Swords, and the outcome, the Lovers. Wow, you guys, this is an interesting spread overall. Definitely getting into some very good energy later on in particular, but well, let's just get right into it. So you start off with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. This represents your current outside influences right around the beginning of the month, and this is saying probably that things are trying to prevent you from working effectively, trying to take you off track, rather than working steadily away at things, or maybe that's kind of what you want to do. Well, things are trying to prevent you from doing that, and so that might be a bit of an annoyance, like a minor annoyance, I would say, around the beginning of the month. Things trying to interfere. You know, there might even be temptations that try to take you away from working, or you might feel a bit lazy at times, even, you know, as this energy begins to affect you more and more, and just things interfering with getting work done, getting interesting work done in particular. So do watch out for that. But the challenge card is the Five of Wands, and it did come up reversed. And this is saying that the challenge for you this month will be to basically get along with those around you, particularly in a work environment. You might be facing chaos in a work environment. You might be facing chaotic energy from other people. Like, how do I put this? I don't want to single you out because the Five of Wands is like pointing to people around you just as much. So it's not like it's your fault or anything, or at least it's no more your fault than their fault as well. But like, so with that as the caveat or whatever, that gives you an idea of what I really mean when I say the challenge is to get along with people this month. It's like the challenge is for all of you to get along and be able to work together towards whatever it is that you need to do. This would particularly be around a work situation, since it's crossing over the Eight of Pentacles reversed, but it can sometimes just be in general, like trying to get along with other people. And since this can also be looked at as what may help or hinder card, it's in fact saying that trying to be more peaceful and diplomatic and getting along with people will be very much to your advantage this month. For the underlying energy, you have the Six of Wands reversed. This represents everything forming the foundation of your current situation. And this is saying that you, beneath the surface, you may have like a fear or an unwillingness to be in the limelight, to be in the public attention, to go out into public, to deal with other people. And so again, we see this theme with other people. You're not wanting to deal with other people, and or other people are kind of not wanting to deal with you or each other for whatever reason, it would seem. Now, on a almost completely different note, this can also be the energy of blocked progress, of difficulty in moving forward, difficulty in making progress, something trying to block you. Or maybe it's just that your circumstances feel very conducive to a blockage of progress at the present time. Things immediately around you, like could be your home, your family, your work environment, whatever, are in a sort of stagnant state and trying to prevent you from making progress. But I can kind of say now, as I look at some of the cards coming up, even though you may have some challenges, that's unlikely to succeed. Those things trying to block you are unlikely to do so with what we have coming up. But now let's look at the past and issues you've had to deal with. The Three of Wands. Issues surrounding communication. Again, we have this theme with other people, interestingly enough, keeps showing up. Communicating with other people in a multitude of ways, issues surrounding that. Issues surrounding having your projects successfully underway. And so again, we see that repeated theme here, like with the Eight of Pentacles reversed. It looks like something's been trying to stop you guys from making progress. We're seeing that with multiple cards here, really. Trying to prevent you from having your project successfully underway. So that looks like something that you're continuing to struggle with, but again, as we saw with the Five of Wands, just trying to be more peaceful and kind of relax into it will be helpful to you this month. For what you hope to achieve, the Ten of Wands reversed. This is most likely saying that you want the end of the burden. You want the release of the burden. And so, again, you're feeling that sort of stagnation, stagnant energy, feeling a bit stuck. You're wanting the release of that burden. You're wanting things to be easier. And this might even be saying, and it's interesting because we have another 10 coming up. 10s talk about completion, so this might even be saying that you're wanting to overcome something that is trying to stop you from completing something in particular, from finishing it, from the actual manifestation of what you want, from getting the job done. You feel like something's trying to stop you from doing that, and what you want to achieve is to do that. So, for the near future, you have Strength reversed. This is talking about, well, usually some fairly, I guess, kind of dark energy. Feeling afraid, a certain sense of cowardice, a certain sense of weakness and fatigue, and not feeling up to the challenge. And so it might get a bit dark for a bit, unfortunately. This can also be like a hatred of superficiality, or a hatred of the external world, a hatred of extroversion, like a disgust with extroversion. I think sometimes this can point to even like health problems, or like issues surrounding romance, like love and relationships. Not feeling so loving, not feeling so connected to another person, and also not having faith in yourself is what we're seeing here. So, what is this card advising you to do in its reversal? It's advising you to believe in yourself, to have faith in yourself, to have victory over adversity, to find that strength within yourself and overcome the challenges that you face. It's advising you to be more loving, to try to find more love within yourself, be more peaceful, just like we went over with the Five of Wands back here, to try to find that peace with other people, to have faith that the outcome will be a good one, which isn't that hard when we have these cards here that kind of tell us what the outcome will be, and it will be a good one this month, so that's good. And even embracing a transformation, because look what we have here. We've also got double eights. And eights are your sign, Scorpio, the energy of transformation, the energy of life and death, the energy of death and rebirth. So what we see here, like with both eights reversed, it's like saying, hey, call upon your own Scorpio energy and embrace transformation, and that will be to your advantage. So for your attitude or position on the situation about halfway through the month, you have the Ten of Swords. Well, this card can be both positive and negative, as is often the case with cards. So in a positive sense, this could be you're feeling very clear, feeling like you've gotten to the truth about something, feeling like you have completed something, or maybe at least you've completed something in an intellectual sense, feeling like you've shattered the illusions, feeling like the facts have been made apparent. But what's interesting about that is, notice I keep saying this is how you're feeling, because it is how you're feeling. It's not necessarily reality. It may be or may not be at this point in the month, but regardless, that's the first main possibility of how you're feeling, that sort of clarity and like you're seeing the truth now. The second main possibility, the negative possibility, is, as the imagery in the card implies, feeling defeated, feeling backstabbed by other people, feeling depression, loss, trauma, worry, about, I would say, these things trying to block you that we're seeing here, trying to block you from making progress, moving forward, moving on with your life. And you know, it's even like this idea of possibly bad friends and allies or something in your past that maybe has been lingering in the present. Like, I'm not 100% sure about that, but that almost seems like another possibility here, like with the Three of Wands showing up especially, and, well, the Five of Wands too. So that's something to consider, and again, if you think that's likely for you, it's best to try to work with that energy, because you can't just like delete it from existence. You can transmute it by focusing on what you want instead and taking the advice of the cards, but you're never going to completely destroy the energy. So just keep that in mind. Now let's see, is there anything else before we move forward? I'm just noticing that you guys early on pulled a lot of wands all at once. Wands are fire, and that refers to the will, that refers to action and getting things done. And they were all reversed except for the Three of Wands. And so, again, that could point to, well, what is fire reversed? What is the will reversed? It's not having a very strong will. It's things trying to weigh you down and prevent you from taking action. So I guess it's not really any new information from what we've already gone over, but indeed, that's kind of the thing. You know, something's trying to extinguish your flame this month. Don't let it happen. And the good news is, it doesn't look like you are going to let it happen. For the outside force coming in, we have the Ace of Swords, Well, this is almost always a very positive card. And this is talking about cutting through to the truth. So again, we have this theme of getting to the truth kind of showing up here some more. This is talking about clarity, objectivity, seeing clearly, success, new beginnings, especially in the realm of the intellect. New intellectual beginnings, new sort of left brain, scientific, analytical things going on. But this is something coming at you, so this might be like a new opportunity for something in your life that is very advantageous, or it could be that like you've dealt with these blockages and now the Ace of Swords energy comes at you to finally cut through that crap and make room for the new, because you've been struggling and struggling and struggling for it, it more or less looks like. And now finally the universe is responding to that intense, energy that you've been putting out. So looks like later in the month, something basically is going to happen that improves things significantly, and it has to do with the energy of air, the intellect, seeing clearly, seeing objectively, thinking clearly, thinking logically, and stuff like that. For your hopes or fears, you have the Seven of Swords. Well, this adds a very interesting dynamic to all of this, because the Seven of Swords, in a positive sense, talks about individuality, uniqueness, eccentricity, going your own way, going against the flow, doing your own thing. And so it looks like you're hoping for that indeed. You might even be feeling like that's what you're kind of supposed to be doing, perhaps, is going against the flow, doing your own thing, and expressing your individuality. And you may also be afraid that you're unable to do that, and look what we have here with Strength reversed. That can also point to almost a fear of being yourself, of expressing yourself. Strength, even though it's an 8, which refers to Scorpio, is ruled by the sign of Leo, and that energy of Leo is very bold and in the spotlight. And yet here we have this reversed, and we have the Six of Wands reversed as well, that also talks about being afraid of being in the spotlight. And so being afraid of being in, or being afraid of like expressing your individuality is quite possibly a theme for you this month as well. But you might also be hoping that you can find the strength within you to do that. And it looks like the cards believe that you can. Otherwise, this card probably would not have shown up. So that's mainly what we're looking at there. This could also talk about like relationship type of issues, perhaps concerns about how you're interacting with other people, hoping that you can interact well with other people while remaining an individual. But it's mainly the former things that I said that are the strongest indicators here from what I'm seeing. For the outcome, we have the Lovers. So this is how all of this energy concludes this month. This is how it all culminates, how it all turns out. Well, the Lovers is talking about many things. It's talking about, on one hand, decisions and choices. So this month might be a month for you to make an important decision. It's talking about social gatherings and socialization and social skills. So again, this theme of other people, well, it looks like by the end of the month, that's likely to clear up and be going quite well. It's talking about education and higher learning, so we have that energy too. It's talking about seeing the details, kind of a detailed analysis of things. And with the Ace of Swords energy mixed in, we're probably looking at seeing more clearly yet again. And of course the Ten of Swords also often talks about that, seeing the truth, seeing clearly. So the clarity is on the way, more or less. The Lovers talks about day-to-day activities and um, people that you encounter every day, like friends, siblings, roommates, neighbors, family members, things like that. So there might be a lot of interaction with them going on around the end of the month. A lot of the people that you see on a regular basis. And it could even be saying, like with some of the stuff we saw earlier, this is where everyone really starts to get along again. I mean, maybe they can sooner, but it looks like the outcome at least is that sort of harmony being reached. And, you know, the lovers, it's largely also about the coming together of opposites. At least that's how I've heard it expressed before. The coming together of opposites, you know, the male and the female, the lovers coming together. And so that energy can express itself in many different ways. You know, the lovers is not about relationship as it seems to be on the surface, at least not normally. That's something I often point out to people. It can be, but you know, don't limit it to that is all I would say. This energy could express itself in so many different ways, the coming together of opposites. So you can keep that in mind for you this month. And let's see, other than that, I think that's about it. Let's see, well, the Lovers is ruled by Gemini, which is again talking about communication. And of course, you know, we saw 3 back here, which refers to Gemini and communication, and we've seen other things that kind of refer to that. And so again, this idea of good communication, that's another indicator of that. So basically, there's a lot of stagnation early on this month, a lot of blocked energy, stagnant energy, but it looks like you're working hard through it and trying to find your strength and trying to find your peace. And the good news is things clear up significantly later in the month. It's difficult to say exactly when because, well, for one thing, this is a general reading, but also like how this Ten of Swords, which usually we'll talk about the middle of the month, your attitude or position card, this card could go either way. The Ten of Swords it could be positive or negative. It could even be a bit of both. But at least from what I'm seeing here, what the cards are showing, almost certainly by later in the month, like about 3/4 or so through the month, with this Ace of Swords energy, things improve significantly. So that is the energy that you have to work with this month. So that's about it, Scorpio. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great month indeed, and enjoy that delightful outcome that is coming your way. Because Ace of Swords and the Lovers showing up, that's definitely some better energy that is on the way. This has been a tarot forecast for the sign of Scorpio for the month of June 2017 from Poetic Heretic. Don't forget to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.